The debates are coming up on Thursday, and I will be covering them. And it's very consequential because if any one of these guys come out here and falls on their face, it's going to turn the election.
So I think in many respects, Biden's challenge here, the central challenge, is one of the easier ones we've had in recent memory because it is simply, and this isn't pundits. I mean, voters have said in polls they're not sure he can get through 90 minutes. You know, they'd be surprised if he doesn't make mistakes. So if he can be forceful and strong and not cough up the football, that's going to go a long way to assuaging some of the real concerns voters have. And I would say something really important, Nicole, and I agree with Matthew, this is going to be a huge audience, but it's not everybody that's going to vote. So if you're a presidential campaign, you've got to think about there's going to be people who are watching it directly. That's spin proof. People are going to see it. But there's going to be tens of millions of people going to vote in this election, particularly young, who are only going to see this through YouTube, through TikTok, through Instagram. So you have to make sure you have some good moments that you can then put money behind. Some of that will hopefully be organic. So that's right. And then I think the question for Trump is, I don't think he's capable of doing this. But if he were simply to say inflation's too high, the border's out of control, you were better off 4 years ago, here's what I want to do about it, you know, that would be also an easy task. I don't think he's capable of doing that. But listen, this is the most important 90 minutes in Joe Biden's political career. It's one, in my viewpoint, one of the most important 90 minutes in recent American political history. Because if Joe Biden doesn't do what he needs to do Thursday, and I very much think he can, he's a solid debater, I'm not even sure Trump will debate on September 10th. I certainly wouldn't expect he will. So I think this is what you have to seize. And listen, I've helped prepare Joe Biden for vice presidential debates. He works very hard. Even though he's a long and loquacious speaker, he's shown the ability to get things down to 2 or 3 minutes. And he connects with the American people. Even with his challenging poll numbers, Nicole, he still has an edge on who cares about people like you. And I think as he talks about the economy, as he talks about healthcare, as he talks about democracy, if he does it through that very authentic lens, I think it can be a very good night for him.
All right, enough.
There's going to be people who are watching it.
Yeah, that was interesting, man. Now let's do a reality check with the real people here. Let's get into some brass tacks about this, man. First of all, this guy, he worked for Obama. He was in Obama's White House. He was a campaign manager for his run. So he kind of knows what he's talking about when it comes to elections. He says, hey, it's going to be a real test to see if Biden can hold it together without coughing up the football. I thought that was an honest statement, but then he turned right around and started giving Trump the right there, Fred. Right there, Fred. Right there, Fred. Look, yes, you're right. The test will be to see if Biden can stay conscious for 90 minutes. I disagree that Trump's going to have a problem with his talking points. These people don't want to cover Trump's rallies because his rallies are funny, interesting, and crazy. But guess what? Nobody falls asleep like they do at Biden rallies. That's what you don't get. Man, we got a problem here, and that is we got two candidates that are totally opposite, and we got basically one type of news industry in America. I mean, there's Fox, and then there's everything else. Don't get me wrong, there's a couple other channels, but not really, Johnson. Everything is on the side of the Democratic Party. There was no actual analysis of this. And they just got to say what they got to say to keep a job. The truth is, Trump's got to stay on brand. And staying on brand for Trump is being pugnacious, saying things off the cuff. That's what his people want. If Trump people went to a Trump rally and Trump didn't meander, talk about sharks, Martians, beams of light and bleach, they'd be like, who's this guy? They would literally think somebody cloned him. They believe that shit. They would literally think, what'd they do to Trump? If Trump toned you down, they'd be like, what's Trump on? See? Now, I'm sitting here, this is a Tim Black show. We've been doing this for a while. I understand what Trump's brand is. Doesn't mean I'm a supporter. You don't think the Democratic Party can make that type of analysis about what's going on here and why it's happening? On the same token, it's Biden's brand to be long-winded. This guy was very gracious, said he was loquacious. Loquacious is this guy likes to meander and talk and ramble. Why not hit him in the knees for that shit? You know, that's not going to go well. Can Biden actually wedge whatever's floating around in his head into a 2-minute soundbite. Sometimes he just gets the engine running in 2 minutes. All right, there we go. Now I'm on point. Now I know what I say. Now I know what I'm trying to say here. Because that's what Biden does, man. He's all off the road, down in the bushes, and for him, it's unintentional. See, when Trump goes off the road, he goes off-road, he wants to get mud on the tires, man. He wants the mud to hit all over the windshield and shit. He likes doing that. Of course, he's a pampered rich guy, so he expects somebody else, probably somebody black or brown, to come and clean it up for him, but that's how he is, man. He's used to that. Biden's not that guy. He wants to ride on a paved road and just look at stuff and point at it and tell you stories and make you go to sleep. These are different people. But of course, they hold up the Biden prototype, the Biden method, and claim that's the way to be. Only because it's Biden. Only because it's Biden. If it was Obama, they wouldn't be expecting Obama to be long-winded, boring, no jokes, no nothing, no zap, nothing. And then big that up. So they would change their tune based on the person that's running for the Democratic Party. That's the real deal here. And that's why people can't stay in politics, because they realize it's all screwed up, rigged, and there ain't nothing but a bunch of paid handlers and yappers running off on each side of the aisle. Remember, guys, this show, I ain't in it for either one of these guys. Neither one of these guys are guys I'm going to vote for. That ain't my job, okay? I ain't hiding from you. I'm not going to support either one of them. I'm going to tell you that flat out. Now, if you got these commentators that say they're unbiased, have them say who they're voting for. And if they can't say that, because if you're a Democrat on one of these shows, you can't say you ain't going to vote for Biden. I can say I'm not going to vote for him publicly right to your face. And I didn't vote for him in 2020. I can say that right now. They can't say that. Then they want to tell you how unbiased they are. Then I can say I didn't vote for Trump either. I can say that right now to your face. Can they say that? Yeah, they can say that. But if they say they didn't vote for Biden, or if they didn't vote for Biden, they get run out of here on a rail. So anyway, let's go to this. We got another clip, man. Here's the thing. So, I hate to do this to you. I know you don't want to see the view. Let's do this first. One of the big concerns is that Biden gonna need drugs, man. They think Biden's gonna need a dose of something in order to operate, to function, to be lucid. Someone said, hey, man, performance-enhancing drugs won't help you talk. But if your ass keep falling asleep, and anti-sleeping pill will, there are things that Biden can take that can help him stay awake, have him have a little bit more energy. Ever heard of a B12 shot? I don't know about the B12, but it got to be something. So anyway, Trump is saying, hey, let's do a drug test. Let's drug test Biden, and I'll take a drug test, and we'll see if Biden's on the old juicy juice. So they're like, yo, Trump is just throwing everything at the window to try to save off an embarrassment. Because the narrative in corporate media is that Trump is afraid of Biden. He ain't ready. He knows Biden is a superior debater. So he has to say how rigged it is, how biased it is, and how much that Biden's on the old juicy juice. And yeah, I don't know if that's your motivation, but you want to lower expectation for yourself and raise it for the other guy. So you want to point out that Biden debated as a vice president. He debated as he's been in office. I mean, come on. Biden's a career politician. Trump became president, but he ain't no politician. And that's why they can't stand him, because he's not a politician. He has crazy thoughts like trying to make up his own mind or his own motivations, which is not always in the best interest of everyone. So real talk. But if he was more like a politician, like the rest of these, like a Paul Ryan or I don't know, like what's his vice president used to be? Born inconsequential. Damn, I forgot his name that quick. That's how bad Trump's vice president was. I forgot who he was. That Universal Soldier guy with the short buzz cut. Anyway, you get what I'm saying? Like, he's not like those guys. So he's got to do some different stuff. Biden should beat the brakes off of him. But Biden, even though it's only four years difference in their age, it looks like they're worlds apart. They say this is Biden training for the event. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen to the guy. I do. I hope that doesn't happen to him because that'll be embarrassing. So something happened today on CNN.
As they have covered campaigns and interviewed candidates from all sides of the aisle. I'll also say that if you talk to analysts of debates previous, that if you're attacking the moderators, you're usually losing. So I really want to focus in on what these two men are going to do and say when they stand on the stage. Now, we have a little bit of what Donald Trump, your boss, has said in trying to set expectations for this debate. I want to play a series of his comments, and then we'll talk about it. Watch.
Well, maybe I'm better off losing the debate. I'll make sure he says I'll lose the debate on purpose. Maybe I'll do something like that.
I assume he's going to be somebody that will be a worthy debater.
Should I be tough and nasty and just say you're the worst president in history? Or should I be nice and calm and let him speak?
So he's basically saying there, well, will I let Joe Biden win? It does seem as though many Republicans have set the bar very low in terms of arguing that Joe Biden is basically senile. Now you have people like Doug Burgum coming out and saying, well, President Biden's very accomplished, trying to set expectations in a different place. What do you expect from Joe Biden?
Well, first of all, it would take someone 5 minutes to Google Jake Tapper, Donald Trump, to see that Jake Tapper has consistently frequently likened President Trump to Adolf Hitler.
Ma'am, I'm going to stop this interview if you continue to attack my colleagues. I would like to talk about Joe Biden and Donald Trump, who you work for.
Yes.
If you are here to speak on his behalf, I am willing to have this conversation.
I am stating facts that your colleagues have stated in the past.
Okay.
Now,
I'm sorry, guys. We're going to come back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time. You are welcome to come back at any point. She is welcome to come back and speak about Donald Trump, and Donald Trump will have equal time to Joe Biden when they both join us now at later this week in Atlanta for this debate. Our thanks to Caroline.
Yeah, man. No testy there, sister. Little testy there, sister, with the pulling of the plug right there. That don't seem cool at all. See what I'm saying? That was petty. If you don't talk about what we want you to talk about, then we're going to pull you up out of here. It was about the debates. It was about the moderators at the debate. Yeah, she could have pretended to try to answer you in the beginning and then went to her own talking points. But to only give her 2 shots and then shut it down the second time, that's corny. Then you can see Casey was all pissed off and in her feelings. She could barely get up out of there. It's been very cool for her to say, look, hey, we're not going to do this today. Carolyn, we're not going to do this today. I'm going to give you one more shot. If you do it again, we're going to cut it. You don't just cut it. That's because they scared. See, I see it the other way. I don't see it that the Trump people were scared. They had talking points. She had talking points she wanted to get out there about the debates, about Jake Tapper, about the CNN organization. And she's on CNN, and CNN was not seeing it. Okay, maybe some would say, hey, Tim, what do you expect? But the bottom line is they cut the mic. I seen them cut other people's mics. Suddenly they got all types of audio problems. Did the same, like I said, they did the same thing to Bernie when he was running, I think in 2016 or 2017 or something, or 2015, 2016. May have been 2019, I don't remember, but I remember specifically it was CNN. So, yeah, to me, that's bad pool. That is underhanded, dirty stuff. Let her say what she's going to say, then beat her up. I mean, Joy Reid would have did a better job. Joy Reid would have went toe-to-toe with her, you know? She went toe-to-toe with her and then got her up out of there, you know? But not Okay, we need to keep it on point. We need to keep it on point. Okay, that's it. Yep, out here. That's just running scared. That's running scared. You're not going to defame my colleague. What was she saying? That he doesn't like Trump? I mean, it's true. It is all over the internet. If you got people that are moderating a debate who have written long, lengthy, texts or whatever, articles or what have you, that are negative about the guy that's going to be moderating, that's kind of an issue to bring up. I mean, you're kind of giving them that one because you're not supposed to be so in the bag for one of the political candidates, are you? Like, Tapper probably shouldn't even be moderating if he's gone to that extent. Maybe Tapper didn't think there was any way Trump would be able to come back to life. Trump's got 9 lives. Maybe Tapper didn't think that would happen, but it happened. So Tapper should have to step down. And if Fox News ruled the world, they'd be doing the same thing for their boy Joe Biden. So anyway, here goes at the peak of hypocrisy. Here goes the ladies at the View. Now stay with me. I know I got people, as soon as I play the View video, they go, oh my God. But you have to listen to the hypocrisy. I say, folks, remember, this is the #1 daytime show. It's been that way for 15 years? They get millions and millions of views every month. Like, I forget the number, but it was over 10 million. It was crazy, okay? So they're relevant. And it's good to know who other people are watching. People are watching this. And not all of them are cutting it off when they watch it.
Back out to the panel. Caroline, thank you very much for your time.
She think it's great. See?
That was so good. So good. In a statement afterwards, this young lady claimed her, quote, on-air snub proves that you know who will not be treated fairly in the upcoming debate. Now, do you think this is going to make people doubt whether CNN can stay objective, or is this more the same of everybody's against me, it's all rigged, I tell you?
You know, I got a problem, man. I got to interrupt, guys. I got a problem. Like I said, man, I know, Tim Black. Here you go again with the race stuff, man, but I got a problem with anybody black that's actually on the other side of the narrative that things are rigged. This is America. Now, Trump is definitely, obviously white, but the capability of rigging stuff has been founded and proved. America's really good at rigging things against us. Right, Whoopi? Right? I mean, you got some family members who didn't do Sister Act 2. Right? Right? You know, when you were doing Color Purple, like you do remember, like there are some people who, the system railroaded, right? Whoopi? But it's like they have to, in order to stay in line with the narratives, they gotta love the FBI, bound to kill a lot of black folks, try to get MLK to kill him, did a lot of heinous activity to blacks. Now defend the criminal justice system. Yeah, they prosecuted Trump. Yay, criminal justice system. Forgetting all the mass incarceration, all of a sudden now, our criminal justice system is stellar. Way to go. Law and order. Their entire narratives are spinning on their heads. A suicide. Remember the suicide in breakdancing? You just do a flip and land on your back, pay out. That's what their ethics are doing, man. Their entire narratives, the things they built their career off, the perpetually aggrieved in this country with a little money and working for a contractor or a company like CNN or MSNBC or The View have to now pretend everything that they used to talk about don't exist. Why? Because Trump's saying it's happening. Now they don't want you to think that a network would want to cut your mic. Or now they want you to think that no one could ever be politically biased against you and use their power to derail you. Knowing they do that. Knowing that's happened. So anyway, a little bit more from Whoopi. I think she's going to pass the mic to another one of these people on the View.
Is everything rigged?
No, it's their MO. That's what they do. Rachel Maddow said last week, she's like, if the election is lost, it was rigged.
I mean, just replace it, man. Look, guys. People don't like when I say, well, look what I'm saying. I'm not saying Trump is black, but just replace what they're saying and put black people. Put black people. I'm just saying, that's the argument, right? Isn't that what people are saying? But it's true, right? Y'all don't really think the only people that get railroaded are black people, right? You know white people do get railroaded, right? I mean, we covered the story about a whole town. The judge was sending all the little white kids to juvie for the rest of their entire childhoods in juvie for things like cutting a class or talking back to a teacher. They locked his ass up. Like, you know, there's things that happen. There are places there are no black people to abuse, so they abuse the poor whites. You do know this, right? So we got these elite assholes nullifying the existence of corruption until it's a talking point that they want to use for their own goodies. Then they all of a sudden, oh yeah, that's right, America's unjust. So right now they can't admit that. But just flip it in your head as they talk. And remember, these people saying that. Because a month or two, or after these elections are over, I'm going to be using clips like this to go after them. To go after them all.
But it's against me. It's all rigged, I tell you. Is everything rigged?
No, it's their MO. That's what they do. Rachel Maddow said last week, she's like, if the election is lost, it was rigged. If there's a debate, then the moderators are probably biased and they're prejudiced against me. This is how they tee up even things they end up doing well at. They say, I'm going to lose just in case. Like, this is problem just in case. But the second part is being in live TV for so long and working on it. You can't take an interview whichever direction you want. When you have guests on air, and it doesn't always have to be as heated. It could be completely irrelevant, and you'll see producers going, wrap it up. Like, you're here for a topic. She was brought on to discuss debate prep for the presidential debates on Thursday. When you start to veer into other things, anyone's going to get cut off. That's just how it works.
No, and kudos to Casey Hunt, and who's a friend and colleague of Anna and mine at CNN, for getting it back on the rails. But to me, it underscored a stunning lack of message discipline. You're a campaign spokesperson. You should be there to talk about.
Trump and his minions have had all sorts of messages when it comes to what to expect from Biden. First, they told us he was decrepit. He was not going to be able to stand there for 90 minutes. He was senile. He's lost.
Whoa, guys. It was the Biden people that put out there that Biden had to work on standing up for 90 minutes. I covered that. That wasn't a plant by the Trumpers. I got that from MSNBC or CNN. They're the ones who put that out there. Because they were working on his stamina. 90 minutes is a long time to stand up, by the way. I mean, everybody doesn't want to go to the NBA. What's the last time Biden had to go to the NBA and stand in line for tags? So, yeah, he's 80 years old. 90 minutes is a long period of time. It's going to be some shifting going on, Johnson. But, yeah, hold on.
He's this, he's that. Then they realize, oh, you know what? It's really stupid of us to be lowering the expectations. So then Trump came out and said Joe Biden was on cocaine.
No, we said Hunter was on cocaine. Not Joe Biden, Hunter Biden. Because he was. Remember? Oh, you're so funny. Are you drinking? And are you drunk? Anna, shut up, you're drunk. Are you on cocaine, Anna? Just a question. Got a little nose candy going on?
Sounds like the people who call folks snowflakes are snowflaking. Sounds to me like somebody's running a little scared chicken.
Who wrote this? Anna Navarre's a 50-year-old woman going, chicken. Go get some Seth Meyers writers. Do something. Ain't nobody left over from the Stephen Colbert show you could scoop in to write some of this dialogue? Jesus Christ, man. Where's the Wayans brothers when you need them? Somebody come, Robert Townsend. Earthquake! Corey Holcomb. Ali Sadiq, I know you can come up with a special out your ass like in 10 minutes. I know you can do better than this. Right? Do something for these sisters. They need some help. 50-something-year-old woman. Chicken, chicken, chicken. Chicken, chicken, chicken. And people clap. This is robots. Someone in the sign going, everybody clap. Come on, let's clap. Pretend to be amused. Oh, yeah. Stretch it, stretch it.
Quack, quack.
Yeah.
Tiene miedo.
Keep trying to get a laugh out of that. Nobody thought it was funny. It wasn't funny. You stupid. Oh, here we go.
See, I do like what you're saying, Alyssa, about the lack of messaging. It just, there's no message discipline here. But I love the way she handled it. Because back in the day, you know, journalists in the days of, like, let's say, Walter Cronkite.
You love the way she handled it.
Live TV for so long.
You love the way she handled it. She punked out. She didn't handle it. She punked out. She didn't debate her down. She didn't expose her. She didn't discredit her. She didn't do anything. She pulled them. It's my show. Get out. That's called cowardly. But we know. You elitists like that type of stuff, huh? Shameful, man. Shameful. Shameful for a lawyer to say that.
People wouldn't have.
But everybody's hip to you all now.
For both sides. It was what.
Oh, listen to this.
People wouldn't have done that. But or Peter Jennings. You know, you always saw and gave opportunity for both sides. It was what journalism was. I think Lester Holt said it best. Our world is different now. Mm-hmm. We're in the world of alternative facts, as created by our favorite person, Kellyanne Conway. And when he was receiving the Edward R. Murrow Award for Lifetime Achievement in 2021, he said this. He said, I think it's become clear that fairness is overrated. The idea that we should always...
Listen, if you don't have anything to say, you blab. You just go on and 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 on.
Whoopi, you do this every day. Are you listening to yourself? I tell you, man, the funniest thing about the Democratic Party is all they do is think about what they do and then say the other guy did it first. That's all they do. Whatever they do, they blame the other person for it. Yeah. Whoopi Goldberg, you were just down there reading your notes like, oh, that's right, I gotta, oh, here's my talking book. Oh. What did I just read? Whoopi Goldberg is going to put her foot squarely in her mouth. She's going to talk until she has nothing to say because she has nothing to say. Her algorithm, her large language model is replete. That was hilarious, man. I need the big bucks. I need the big bucks. Man, she's so good off the cuff. Wow. I can never be that funny. No. That's a setup and a punchline, man. Woo! Whoopi, you are bad. You're amazing. See what I see you.
That's what you hear.
Yeah.
When they don't have anything to hold you with.
That sounds a lot like Kamala Harris. Doesn't that sound like Kamala Harris? Doesn't it sound like Kamala Harris? And in an alternative universe where people are allowed to tell the truth, they would say it. If this was a real banter back and forth between real women about real topics where no one was afraid they'd end up living in a box on some back street or living with their parents, they would be able to say, hey, Just like Kamala Harris. That's what I say. You sure like reminds me a lot of Kamala Harris who start rambling on nothing to say, repeating the same thing like 4 times, just to get us nowhere and totally lose focus of what they were talking about. That's a prime example of someone who does that. Gotta have interviews with a handler, with her. With the incredibly sharp mind of Mika Brzezinski. As if she couldn't keep up with Mika. Oh, God. Hey, all I know is Donald Trump is about to pick a running mate. And if it's Vivek Ramaswamy, can you imagine Vivek Ramaswamy running against or debating Kamala Harris? Oh, my God. Remember that sister who lost her wig on that video? Oh, my God. I don't like Vivek, but he'll talk circles around Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris will legitimately be in circles. Circles under her eyes, circles when she talks, and circular in the firing squad against herself. This won't end well, Johnson. It won't end well. It'll be bad. Oh, it'll be bad. There will be blood. Whoopi. Whoopi, Whoopi, Whoopi. Anything else? Anything else from Whoopi?
Nothing to make you think about what they have to say. They talk at you, not to you. And that's what she was doing. And she was doing it, and it's not new.
Everybody on The View is sitting there wondering, Whoopi, won't you shut up? You are not an orator. You're not good at this. Why do you feel like you get to run things, black woman? They all feel captive to Whoopi's blackness. And you you're gonna go write letters and call you racist. They got that one bullet loaded. Whoopi's long-winded and seldom makes any points that are relevant. And one time she came after some certain group of people who will not be named. They were about to put her ass on the street. Whoopi about to give up her chair. So since then, she's been kind of quiet. Keeps it right here in this little section here. Right here within the confines of talking about the guy whose name she won't say. I just think it's pathetic, man. I mean, the rest of all of these, this is a horrible show. But remember, some people that decide elections watch this crap. Some people that you may know may watch it. They probably don't even tell you. They sit and watch The View. And it's a shame. Guys, let me know what you think is going to happen with this debate. It's on Thursday. We'll be covering it here. We won't be streaming it. We'll be covering it because no one can stream it. It's against the rules of CNN. But yeah, we will be covering it. I think I'll wait till tomorrow to come up with an idea of what's going to go down. I'll make a prediction. But since I got a show tomorrow, why do it today? Let me absorb some more information, get a better feel for what's going on. But I do not think that Biden or Trump are afraid. I think it's important for both of them to do well. And I think this will be very important to who wins this election. With people that are undecided. And I think if you have a horrific night, like if anybody crashes and burns, it's a wrap. It's that close. I feel that if you crash and burn, it won't be good. Okay? But I have a prediction tomorrow about who may crash and burn and what's going on.